Hi guys, I am Syrachime and I welcome you back to another episode of Pokemon SoulSilver. In the last episode, we made the very long trek here to Violet City from New Barktown, encountered a lot of different Pokemon, and even added one new member to the team in the process. And when we got here, we really didn't do much else aside from, well, just entering the city. So in this episode, we're going to take a little bit of time to look around Violet City, kind of see what's here, and then just kind of go accordingly from there. Hopefully at the end of all of our looking around, we will be able to take on the Violet City Gym. So since we first came into a town, I guess we should talk to a couple of the locals. It would be nice to actually talk to somebody voluntarily instead of some random guy coming up to us and say, "Hey, I want to talk to you." Yes, I am talking about you, Mr. Guy Gent. So anyway, we talked to this lady right here, this being the first person we can talk to voluntarily. She says, "We care about the traditional buildings around here. That's why even the Pokemart and Pokemon Center are painted a bit somberly to blend in." Alright, so this woman actually brings up a very interesting thing about this game. And it's actually one of my favorite things about the Johto region, and that is, well, if you could not tell, Johto is a region that is very rich in its history and tradition. This region sticks to the old ways a lot, and you will see many examples of it throughout the game. Just one example right here. The Pokemon Center, which normally has an orange roof, is actually painted burgundy here, so obviously this is a reference to the ancient traditions of Pokemon. But while the outside may look a bit different, if you go on the inside, you'll see that the Pokemon Center has pretty much remained the same completely. So yeah, I guess things only on the outside have changed. On the inside, they have become more modern. Oh well, beauty's only skin deep, right? Yes, it is totally what's on the outside that counts. Something you might actually find important is in this house over here. So if you actually go in this house and talk to the guy that is up here by the sink, this guy actually has a very interesting thing for you. Talk to him. Would you quit running away from me? Talk to him. There we go. He says, "I collect Pokemon. Do you have a Bellsprout? Want to trade it for my Onix?" So yes, here you have an in-game trade. If you want to trade a Bellsprout, which is available just outside of the city, you can trade this trainer here for an Onix. So since this is a new Pokemon, let's take a quick look at Onix. So Onix is a rock ground type Pokemon found in both versions of the game, and as long as you have a Bellsprout, you can make the trade for it. Now Onix, like I said, is a rock ground type, but when it's fully evolved, its typing actually changes quite a bit. It gains a steel and ground typing, which is really unique, offers you a lot of resistances. Really good typing with Onix fully evolved, and in addition to that, Onix's defense stat fully evolved is fantastic. This is one of the most defensive Pokemon in the entire game, and it goes along with a pretty respectable attack stat. Now unfortunately, where Onix kind of falls short, the reason I keep talking about how this Pokemon is good fully evolved is because you need this Pokemon to be fully evolved in order to be effective. As just Onix, it's a rock ground type that's outclassed by, honestly, Geodude, and all the weaknesses that Geodude has, Onix has, which is why you need to evolve it to cover those weaknesses. And even though it is when you do get it fully evolved, it is still slow and it is a bit frail special-wise, so it can't take a lot of special hits, but the worst thing about Onix, in order to fully evolve it, you need to get an item called the Metal Code, which is not available for quite a while to come yet. You need to equip it to Onix, and then trade with somebody in order to get Steelix. So yeah, there's a huge downside to having Onix. It's not a good Pokemon in space form. You need to evolve it, and it can be difficult to evolve. So because of that, I honestly wouldn't recommend this Pokemon unless you can trade for it. If you can, feel free to do this, but if you don't worry about it. Just say no. He might be a bit sad and say, "You don't want to trade? Aww." Yeah, that's okay, dude. I'm sure there's somebody watching me that will take advantage of that trade. I just don't plan to. Even though Onix is, or Steelix anyway, it's one of my favorite all-time Pokemon. I was psyched when Steelix got a Mega Evolution, but then you find out that thing can't be used competitively. It just broke my heart. Well, anyway, there's actually another place you might find interesting, and that might be the Pokemon School right here. So anyway, it says here, "Earl will show you all there is to Pokemon." Or you could just watch me and I will teach you myself. So anyway, what you might find interesting here, not so much the people you could talk to, but pretty much the information you find here on the blackboard. Now if you check this out, this blackboard here will explain the various status conditions that you can be inflicted with in your game. So going over these briefly, I said I was going to do this at some point, and I think now would be an excellent time to do this. Just touching on all these briefly. The poison status condition should be pretty much self-explanatory. If you're poisoned, you will slowly lose your health over time. Two different types of poison, I will identify them later. There is paralysis here, which will cut your speed in half if inflicted with it, and there's a 50% chance you will not be able to move during your turn. If you are asleep, your Pokemon will be completely incapacitated, unable to attack for 2 to 5 turns. If your Pokemon is burned, This status condition here will cut your attack stat in half, which is detrimental to a physical attacker like Totodile, and you, like Poison, will slowly lose health over time. Then finally, you have the Freeze status condition, which is a lot like Sleep. You'll be incapacitated for 2 to 5 turns until you basically thaw out. So these are the various status conditions. We will be seeing them a lot throughout the game, so you might want to familiarize yourself with them now. Outside of that, though, there's really not much else in here, just showing that there's really nothing else here worth your time. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to show there. Now that we've actually seen the school over there, that pretty much takes care of everything that's actually useful for us here in Violet City. I mean, there are a couple of other places we could check out, but I think I've seen more than enough, so we're going to use what's left of this episode to go to what we really want to see, which is the gym, to take on the gym leader. So if we go into the gym, we will see the remnants of a guy that I told to shut up and fire red. And if we talk to this guy, he will say, "Yo, champ in the making, you must be here to challenge Faulkner, the gym leader, right? You bet your bottom dollar I am. What else do you think I came here?" "You are quite welcome. Almost." "What? What do you mean I'm quite welcome, almost?" "This city has a tower called Sprout Tower where trainers come to train themselves." "Okay, why are you telling me this?" "Challenging Faulkner may be a bit too difficult if you haven't gone through their training." Dude, you are a jerk. Are you telling me I'm not strong enough to take on a gym leader? You know what, dude? Kick, punch, bring it back something for Fire Red. Oh, shut up, you. And to go along with that, Totodile, tail whip this jerk. Or do absolutely nothing. Wow, what a helpful Pokemon you are. Okay, well, anyway, apparently we cannot challenge the Violet City gym leader because a jerk says we have to go through a small training program before we do so. Oh, I hated that guy in Fire Red, and I could just tell I'm going to hate that guy now. Well, anyway, as is part of the game storyline, we do have to go through Sprout Tower in order to actually battle the gym leader. Before we actually do that, I guess this time of training would actually be very beneficial for me. Because, well, if you recall, Zubat was at level 3 when we caught this thing, and I got Bloke here at level 9, so I think I'm going to go ahead and switch Zubat to the front of the party and try to get it leveled up a little bit. At least learn some interesting moves, because currently all it's got is one move, and it's really not that good. You got Leech Life right here, which has a very low base power, not very usable, so I suppose this training could actually be very beneficial for me. Now, an interesting thing about when you switch your Pokemon, the Pokemon that you actually move to the front of your party will actually be the Pokemon that follows behind you. So you can see that Bloke is no longer following me, and instead we have Zubat, which is a very cute Pokemon, I must admit. What's the matter, Zubat? Zubat is looking down steadily. My question is how? You have no eyes. Ah, well, anyway, we got Zubat switched out, so it is time to go into Sprout Tower, which is right here, and level up our Zubat. Of course, the sign says otherwise. It's a Sprout Tower. Experience the way of Pokemon to cast aside your doubts. Instead of training, we're just trying to cast aside our doubts. Lame. Alright, time to go in and level up our Zubat. Welcome to Sprout Tower. And as we are now here, it is time to become one with Pokemon. And level up my Zubat in the process to cast aside my doubts. I don't know why I'm here. I just came in here because the game wants you to. So anyway, since we came in here, we'll read what this lady has to say. She says, "A Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say it became the middle pillar here." Oh, that's actually something very interesting. This little pillar right here, if you watch it, you will notice that it's slowly moving back and forth, which is really a really good special effect. Probably not so much in this generation, but back in the Gold, Silver, Crystal era, this was one of the best special effects in the entire game. I love this. Was blown away seeing this pillar move back and forth. Back when we just saw pixels, and those pixels were not moving. Yeah, this brings back a lot of memories for me. It's not so impressive now, but it was really interesting for me back in the day. Back many moons ago when I played this game. Alright, there are a couple people we can talk to. I'm only going to talk to this guy here, because if you do, he says, only those who reach the top will receive a wonderful move. So you mean I don't only get to level up my Pokemon, experience the ways of Pokemon, and cast aside my doubts, I get a wonderful move for getting to the top? Oh, totally going through this. Gotta get that prize. It's totally worth going for now. Don't get your hopes up. It's not as good as you think. Alright, so before we actually get too far into this stage, there is actually one new Pokemon you could find in this place. Now, that one new Pokemon is the Ghost Poison type Pokemon Ghastly, found only at night in both versions of the game. Now, Ghastly is a really good Pokemon. It has a fantastic speed stat and a really good special attack stat. It's actually one of the fastest and strongest hitting Pokemon in this entire game. And in addition to a really good special attack stat, it has a very versatile move pool which you can use through both leveling up and through TMs. Not to mention it has a really unique typing, being Ghost Poison type, with a unique ability eliminating one of its weaknesses. Now, unfortunately, where Ghastly kind of falls short, it is frail defensively, and in order to actually get its fully evolved form, you're going to need to trade with somebody in order to get it. It's otherwise only a respectable Pokemon. Not a bad one, but in order to really take advantage of Ghastly's full potential, you're going to have to trade with somebody, which can be a bit difficult to do if you don't have anyone around like I do. So yeah, there is Ghastly, a very good Pokemon, one that I highly recommend if you want to go that route. But I'm not going to catch one because I have other things in mind. We will see what those are later. Alright, so now that we got that Pokemon out of the way, in order to actually advance to the top, we're going to have to, if you did not see it coming, battle old people! Here we have, however hard we battle, the tower will stand strong. You know what, dude? We're going to put that theory to the test right here, right now. Bring it on, dude! Alright, so here we have our first real trader battle that is not a Rattata. Instead, Sage Nico has a bunch of Bellsprouts. No, really, there's a lot of Sages here. They all have Bellsprouts. I'm going to go ahead and show this battle here, but honestly, after this battle, I'm going to pretty much cut out the rest of the battles just to be forewarned, just because of how repetitive this is going to be, and you will see exactly what I mean. Pretty much, I'm going to have Bellsprout out there, switch out to Bloke, and KO the Bellsprout to level up Zubat. It's going to be a very repetitive process. You'll get to enjoy this battle, but outside of that, it's going to be pretty repetitive, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out if it's not important. Alright, so while I do this battle real quick, I've actually got something kind of funny I'd like to talk to you guys about. Well, it's something funny for you, kind of embarrassing for me. And I've debated whether I want to talk about this or not, but I'm going to because, well, I think you guys could enjoy the laugh. So, about a week ago, before recording this, I recently had an encounter with what I swear was a demonic mouse. Let me explain. For those of you that have never seen my channel before or never heard me or my stories with mice, I don't like mice at all. You know those cartoons where the lady's standing on the chair screaming because there's a mouse in the house? That is me every time that I see a mouse. I'm not kidding you. I am scared to death of these things. Hate them to death. So anyway, my story with the mouse. I came home from work one night about 1:30 in the morning, and I was getting ready to wash my uniform for the next day. As I was doing so, I noticed something kind of run in the corner of my eye. So I glanced down, and a mouse runs right by my feet behind the washing machine. It scares me half to death. It gets better. So, in the heat of the moment, I set a trap right by the washing machine, and I decide I'll leave the washer to do its thing. I'll let the trap do its thing, and I go to my room to make some plans for Let's Play. So I go to my room, and about an hour later, while I'm making some plans, I hear something rustling around on my floor. I turn on a light and look down. The mouse has ran right by my desk. Don't know how he got past the trap, but it freaked me out and caused me to jump up in my chair. So, I didn't want to deal with the mouse, so I left my room, and I set another trap in front of my bedroom. And then I went into my living room to watch TV for a while, until we caught the mouse. About that time, while I was watching, about 10 minutes later, I don't know how the mouse got out of my room, but he started frolicking around the chair and went into where I like to record my videos, into my private study. I don't know how he got past the trap. He just was frolicking around, so I set a trap, another trap, 3 traps I've got now, and I set this third one in front of the study. So while I'm sitting there waiting for this thing to catch it, I don't know how the mouse got out of that room, but he frolicked again into my little study area. It was just... I don't know how he got in there. I don't know how he got away from it, but that freaked me out. So I decided I was going to go to the kitchen to get away from the mouse, but I didn't want to see that mouse. I wanted to know how he was getting around. So I watched my study so carefully. That mouse was not getting out without me seeing him. So I go to the kitchen, I stand in a chair and just watch the study. But at the time I hear something kind of pattering around the floor. I look down, the mouse runs past my chair. It freaks me out. It was so bad I jumped on the chair and screamed. It was sad. Oh my goodness. It was so bad I woke my family members up. They came in wondering, thought I was screaming bloody murder. There was a murder in the house or something. No, they were pretty, well, they didn't like it. There was a mouse in the house. They understood. Oh, so yeah, there's my experience with the demonic mouse. What makes it demonic is the way he's just getting around. I don't know how the mouse got past the trap and avoided me. Avoided being seen. Worst thing ever. When I was standing on the chair, I swore he'd run behind the curtains. I looked over by the washing machine. I thought I saw his head peek out from the washing machine just to disappear so he could run away from the curtains. Turns out we had 2 mice, but I could have swore we had demonic mice that had chic powers of vanishing and reappearing anywhere. Oh yeah, so there's my experience with the demonic mouse. It was a rough night that night. Alright, so anyway, there's that battle. You've pretty much seen how that went, how repetitive that was, so pretty much from here on out, there's another trainer here. I'm going to battle him, but I'm actually going to cut out the battle itself, and I will meet you guys as soon as it's over. Alright guys, sorry about that cut there. I actually lied to you guys, said I was only going to cut out the battle, but I actually took quite a bit of damage. Had to go to the Pokemon Center, heal, get some supplies, vice versa, or etc, etc. Moving on. Alright, up the stairs we go. There's that trainer there. If we make it up here, we will see... Ooh, item, musket. I have such a short attention span. Here we pick up an X accuracy. I really don't care for the X item so much. Pretty much what that does is it raises your stats 1 stage depending on what you pick up, like that accuracy. Your accuracy will raise 1 stage. They have like 6 different ones that you can get. Accuracy, attack, defense, stuff like that. Stupid random encounters. Well, anyway, I won't be identifying those things, so yeah, you could pretty much do with that. Oh, no, we got another train. I wonder, can I get past this guy? Oh my goodness, I can! Haha, I am a master ninja. I can sneak past an old guy. Yeah, he's probably deaf and blind and who knows what else. Yeah, it's really hard to sneak past an old guy. Well, it's a... Ooh, item, musket. It's an accomplishment for me, so there's a potion. Well, I guess buying those potions were in vain. So yeah, it's really difficult. It's really... I'm taking the accomplishment. Alright. I don't even know what I was talking about before, but here we have 3 trainers, and once again, they all have bell sprouts. But because they do have bell sprouts, I'm going to go ahead and cut all these trainers out, and I will meet you as soon as it is over. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Alright, sorry about that cut there, guys. Really don't mean to jump around and cut all these battles out, but honestly, once you've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all, so yeah, there's that. Alright, I promise I won't cut out the next fight, though, because, well, we actually have someone very interesting here. If we go up, we will see our old friend, Richard. Looks like he's made some new friends or new enemies. You showed us what you've got, and it is indeed good. Take this technical machine. However, you should care more about your Pokemon. The way you treat your Pokemon can be too harsh. Remember, Pokemon are not tools of war. Talking to a brick wall, my friend, which I swear is his hair. Hey, Morse code dots. Back to his old ways. He calls himself an elder, but he was no match for me. Sure enough, those who lecture how you should be nice to Pokemon, they cannot defeat me. Well, we're going to be putting that theory to the test many times throughout this Let's Play, dude. All I care about are strong Pokemon that win every time. I have similar feelings, but I am the protagonist, so I cannot say things like that. The rest of them don't mean anything to me. And with that, Richard used the escape rope. Yeah, you better escape rope out of here. Don't make me give you a haircut. Yes, that was honestly the best thing I could think of in the heat of the moment. So anyway, seems like Richard got himself in quite the predicament here, the Elder anyway. Let me go talk to this guy and see what happened. Talk to this guy. So good of you to come here. Oh, he's got amnesia. He's already forgot about him. Ah, well, such is the case with old people. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. Still want to move a mountain. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between you and your Pokemon. Alright, you do that, dude. I am ready for a battle. Haha. Alright, cut out so many of them. I'm ready to battle this Elder Lee. Such a weird name. You expect somebody with the title Elder to be... Oh, never mind. Alright, we got this Zubat here and a Zubat. For some reason, I'm always getting Bellsprout and Zubat mixed up. So I'm just going to do my thing of switching Pokemon in and switching Pokemon out. Pretty repetitive. I guess while I am doing this, I can try my Australian attempt number 4. Oh, my skills in speaking another... Hey, critical hit. Awesome. I've not really gotten much better than before, but yeah, I'll give it a shot. Alright, next Australian attempt right here. Oi, bloke! Good job, mate! I'm proud of you, mon! I don't even know what accent I'm trying to... No! No! Oh, I forgot to... I am so sorry for the girlish scream. It happens more often than you think. Oh, we're not gonna go there. You guys should have seen me one night when I thought a moth was trying to kill me. Yes! I like bugs about as much as I like... mice. I was playing Mario Party 8 with my sister one night, and a moth came flying at me. I screamed, rolled off the couch, and my sister rolled off the couch laughing at me. It's a very horrifying experience. My life flashed before my eyes, and just for the record, it was quite boring. I need more adventure in my life. The most exciting thing I do right now is Let's Play. Anyway. Alright, here we have a Hoot Hoot. This is the only thing that's different about this elder here, and one of the trainers that I battled off screen. It's pretty better. The only way you differentiate yourself from anybody else is that you have a Hoot Hoot. I absolutely hate these Hoot Hoots because they have one attack that just makes everything horrible. No, not a critical hit. Are you kidding me? You dog. That's just evil. You can't do that to me. I am your friend. Don't KO me. Stay with me, bloke. We can do this together, or not at all. I don't really know which. Depends on which comes first. Alright. No! That's what I hate. Doggone it. I hate hypnosis. It only has a 60% accuracy, but I always get hit with this thing. Oh, wake up, bloke. This is turn 2. Come on, don't faint on me. Come on, bloke. Wake up. You stupid Pokemon. Why are you sleeping? It's my Australian attempts, isn't it? No! Bloke! No! Doggone it, you rotten Pokemon. How can you... Oh, that's the last time I send you out against a Hoot Hoot, and... You know, it just occurred to me, why is it that every Pokemon I in a bio say is not good ends up beating my best Pokemon? And now I'm in this stall war with this stupid Hoot Hoot here. Oh, come on, Zubat, you can do this. If I faint in this battle, I am going to cry. I may not cry, but if I faint in this, I'm only doing 1 HP of damage. Stay with me, Zubat. Come on, please stay with me. Critical hit would be nice right now. Wow. KO'd by the Elder. Saddest thing ever. I am out of usable Pokemon, and I had to pay $96 to him. Wow! Chime blacked out with a white screen. Chime scurried to the Pokemon Center, protecting the exhausted and fainted Pokemon from further harm. Aren't I nice? Wow. That hasn't happened to me since Misty beat me back in Pokemon Fire Red. Wow, that's just absolutely horrible. Oh my goodness. I'm stunned. Alright. I'm going to cut ahead to the Elder, and I will meet you guys there in just a little bit. Sorry about the cut there, guys. I had to take some 10 minutes to regain my composure because I cannot believe I lost to the Elder Lee. It's just unbelievable. That's almost practically embarrassing. Well, you know what? We're doing this fight again, but this time we're going in with guns blazing. Forget training, Zubat. We are battling this guy with our Totodile. Alright, bloke, this is all you. Don't care about your chest tearing our bonds. Bring a bright future together on the final test. Let me check the touch between your Pokemon. Fine, bring it on. Alright, I want revenge, dude. I'm going out, like I said, with guns blazing. We will train Zubat later, because this is now personal. Alright, Lee, you cannot beat me and get away with it. If you've seen my Fire Red Let's Play, you know that I go psycho when I lose. Well, not really, but I am going that way now. So, bloke, take care of this Bellsprout now. I really am shocked that I lost. I lost for words for a while. I really didn't know what to say. Didn't know what to do. Couldn't believe that I lost. Just like with Misty, I just cannot believe that it happened. Well, it did, so it's that. Alright, so we got Bellsprout is using growth. So what exactly is Bellsprout doing when it uses growth? Is it just... Oh, I figured it out! That Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. I figured out how he did it. He used growth and grew to 100 feet tall. Ha ha ha, I'm a genius. Figured it out. I am such a dork. Hey, bloke's about to learn Bite. Alright, a fantastic dark type move. One of those dark type moves I said he can get in the bios. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Rage for that. It's a totally worthless attack. So yeah, Bite is a fantastic move. Has a base power of 60. Can't wait to use this thing on a certain Pokemon that KO'd my team. Will not say who this is, even though we're about to battle it right now. Hint, hint. Alright, bite that thing, bloke. Oi, mate. Bite the thing, bloke. I think that was my best Australian attempt yet. And we KO'd it. Haha, fantastic. I've got my revenge. And now poor Zubat is even further behind bloke than he already was. By the way, I'm sorry. Ah, excellent. I am sorry for the offending of the Australians if I did that. Ah, okay. The way you battled is quite elegant. Yes, me flailing about is so elegant. If you say so. You should be able to stand up to Falconer. That's what I said, but some jerk at the gym said I couldn't do it unless I came through here. Well, I guess he was right, because I lost to you, so... yeah. And you should be able to make good use of this. It's a technical machine called Flash. Worst technical machine ever. Take it with you. And with that, we obtain TM70, as I said, is the worst TM ever. I'll let him explain what it does. When a Pokemon learns Flash, you can illuminate caves, no matter how dark they may be. And that, aside from that, you lower your Pokemon's accuracy by 1 stage. Really the worst move ever, so bad that it lost its HM status after the first generation. Or maybe the second, don't really remember. But either way, it lost its HM status, which is something that not many other moves have had except Rock Smash. Alright, so now that we beat the Elder, top off a bad loss with a bunch of random encounters. Alright, here we got this escape rope. I'm going to use this thing to get out of here because I really don't want to go back down. I actually end up trying to get back up here. I actually battled that one guy I tried to avoid as a ninja, so don't have as much ninja skills as I thought. Alright, so now that we've done that, we are finally done with Sprout Tower. And now that we've actually made it through, we are officially able to go inside the Violet City Gym and take on Falconer. While I would very much like to do that, I think I've actually done more than enough for this particular episode. And more than enough bad things happened to me, so we're going to save the entire gym battle for the next episode. So yeah, that'll just about do it for this episode here. Like I said, next time, my Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver, we're going to go inside of the Violet City Gym, take on Falconer, and beat him no matter what it takes. So until then, I will catch you guys later.